Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King, and today I'm going to be giving you part 26 of What If Naruto Was Given a Second Chance. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also stay in tune for the new episode of What If Naruto's a Godly Mage. And I'm also going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto Learned the Clone's Secret in the Beginning over on Anime King 2. So stay in tune for that, and I hope you guys enjoy. And I'm also going to be posting What If Naruto's an OP Seal Master. So stay in tune for that as well, guys. And yeah, if this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And without further ado, what do you say we begin this new episode? Start the intro. So, the last spot we left off, as Sasuke came back to the village, along with Kakashi, as the group made their way towards the Hokage's tower, as Tsunade was there along with Sakura, as Sakura was helping out her master with some paperwork. As Team 8 then came inside, reporting back from a mission. As they were talking, Sasuke and Kakashi then showed up, as Sakura was surprised. 4 years of not seeing him. She missed him so much, she missed the both of them. But looking at Sasuke now, he was even more handsome, she thought to herself. As everyone was surprised, and Sasuke stepped inside and told her that he missed her as well, and he even hugged her. Given the reports that Tsunade has gotten, she knew that this boy was, well, he didn't really show these kinds of emotions. As Kakashi didn't seem surprised by that. Seems like Sasuke has changed over the years. As Sakura, her mind was just completely frozen for a second, but then she realized what was going on. She hugged him back tight, as she told him that she missed him as well. As Kiba started to mouth off about him going to defeat the both of them, making Sasuke simply chuckle, as Kiba really thought that he stood a chance against both him and Naruto. As Jiraiya then arrived, Tsunade was confused. If Jiraiya was here, so where's the brat, she asked. As Jiraiya told her that Naruto told him to come back to Konoha a week ago, that he had something else to do before he returned. As Tsunade wondered where could the brat be. We then found Naruto as he was currently in bed with the Mizukage, as we went back into a flashback about how he came here after delivering a missing name to her. And their relationship started, and they didn't really want people to know yet. So when Naruto went to visit Haku, and he also slept with Haku as well, he told her that nothing was going on between him and me. Even though she already knew about the CRA, she wished she could just be with him alone, but she knew that he had to uphold his clan, and she didn't mind as long as he was with her. So after that, Naruto headed out, as he told everyone that he would be returning to Konoha, so it might be some time before he see them again. As Naruto headed towards the hidden ring in the outskirts, as an old man came towards him, the man then went through hand sign as he reverted into Naruto. Yes, it was a clone, but this was a special clone, made by a seal and some blood. As Naruto got the information from the clone about what is going on in the hidden ring, and also the clone gave him a scroll. The clone then went through hand sign and tapped himself on the chest where the seal was, as his entire body illuminated before he returned back into the old form, as he headed back. So back at Konoha, everyone was there, as they were having a little celebration with Sasuke return. All of the rookies, all of them were there, as most of them were still eager to see Naruto and when he returns. It was then the rain started to fall. Yujiro and little Kushina was there as well, along with Uncle. As everyone saw the rain just pouring down as lightning started to cackle, but the lightning was not natural as it red in the sky. The golden blur has returned back to Konoha, as everyone went towards the Hokage's tower following behind Sasuke. Kushina ran off because she was nervous, she was too nervous, but then something landed right in front of her as she looked up. She was scared at first until he spoke to her, as the both of them got into talk, as the both of them bond rather quickly, as she told him that she wanted to be as strong as him someday. Naruto picked her up as he flew towards the tower, as he smiled at everyone. "Miss me?" he said. So yeah guys, so it's basically as we left off. You guys can switch across to the place and check it out for yourself. So this way begins new episode. I know it's been a while since you guys last saw me, but are you guys okay? Naruto says he was looking down at everyone, still floating, as he then descended before landed as Kushina was still in his arm. That was awesome, she said, with her face raised up in the air. Can we go flying again? Yeah, sure, Naruto said. Next time. What the hell was that? Said Kiba. Were you just controlling the weather? He asked. And were you just flying? What's going on? Kiba asked. Something like that, said Naruto. The moment he turned, he was embracing a hug. As he looked down, he has gotten quite tall, even looking down at Eugeo now. I missed you, she said. I missed you too, Naruto said. Can't breathe, said a voice, as the both of them broke the hug to see Kushina. Oh, sorry about that, dear, said Eugeo. As she then smiled, it seems you have really taken a liking to Naruto, haven't you? Yeah, big brother is super cool, said Kushina with a smile on her face. That I am, said Naruto, as he placed on Kushina before stepping forward, as he stopped right in front of Sasuke. Sasuke had a smirk on his face, as Naruto was smirking as well. Just by looking at you, I can tell that you have gotten stronger. A lot stronger. So I'm guessing that you will be my opponent. As he looked Sasuke up and down. Naturally, said Sasuke. After all, it's finally time I defeat you and show you which one of us is the strongest out of the both of us. So do you still think that you can beat me? Naruto asked. I don't think I know, Sasuke said. Judging by that response, I'm guessing that you have a trump card up your sleeve. Something that you are itching to show me. I can just see it on your face. You can't wait. You're happy. You even seem a lot different. I'm guessing that you take my advice. Well, kind of, Sasuke said. That's good, Naruto said, as he then turned towards Sakura. Whoa, you've grown, he said. Well, by height. Not so much in certain departments. Sakura eyebrow twitched. What's that supposed to mean? She asked. Oh, nothing, Naruto said. So, it's been 4 years. At least you can do is give your teammate that you missed so much a hug. As he extended his arms, before stepping forward. You're lucky I did miss you a bit, she said. Come on. More like a lot. Me and Sasuke was gone, it must be quite boring back here. As he hugged her. She hugged him back because in truth she did miss him. She did miss the both of them. And finally, Team 7 can get back to where they were. And after all of her training with Snavy, she won't be the one slowing them down anymore. She will be able to help them on the more difficult. Her thoughts were instantly cut off when she felt something on her ass. What the hell are you doing? Well, I guess you have grown. In certain eras, Naruto said he backed away. As Sakura threw a punch towards him, Naruto raised his hand and caught it. Seems like you have grown in strength as well. Judging this is what you're doing, as he looked over at Snavy. Well, of course my little protege has gotten stronger as well. You're not the only one that is advanced over the 4-year time period. Well, I suppose we need to talk about that. Hey, everyone, Naruto said. Let's have a little party tonight. I mean, it's been 4 years me and Sasuke was gone. We can all reunite and catch up. Meet you in the office, Batch, Naruto said, as he jumped off the roof. Snady smiled as she really missed that brat. Moments later, the group had dispersed. All of them were going to get together tonight and have a party and get things back into flow. But right now we have Sasuke, as he was currently leaning up against a wall. Kakashi was standing there as well, his book in his hand, as Jiraiya was on the windowsill and Snady was sitting in her decks. So Brad, said Snady, it seems like you have gotten world famous over the past 4 years. It seems that way, Naruto said. Not to mention that giant bounty that the Hidden Stone has placed on my head. Have you guys had any interference with them over the time? Asked Snady. Not really, Jiraiya said. Well, they did come after us that one time. Yeah, they were getting quite sloppy, Naruto said. I was able to figure out that the town was completely crawled with them, dressed up like random civilians. They even tried to booby trap the hotel that I was in. So I had to teach them a lesson. And after that my status was upgraded. And after all the missions that you have given me. And after all of the other countries, smaller nations that hire me, more of my skills start to be shown. And that flee on sight order came at my name at the bingo book. Attack with your own risks. From that they haven't really bothered me. I haven't seen a single Hidden Stone headband. But there's other ninjas out there, missing nins and bounty hunters. But it's not like they were that difficult to deal with, said Naruto. You're talking like you're unstoppable, said Sasuke. Really? Said Naruto. Well, I didn't mean to. I'm just telling you guys what happened. What about you? I can see this aura of arrogance just swirling all around you. So how did the training go, Kakashi? Has he gotten any stronger? Or am I just wasting my time fighting him? I assure you, Naruto, said Kakashi. You'll be quite surprised fighting Sasuke now. He must have gotten strong then. Are you just pulling my chain, said Naruto. You will see for yourself tomorrow, Sasuke said. This is a match to test both of your skills. I don't want you two to be pulling out anything that would put the village in risk, or the civilians. Judging from what you have done so far, by literally making rain fall and thunder and lightning crackling in the sky, I don't want you to go overboard. And you, Uchiha, I don't even know what you're capable of. But I guess we'll find out that tomorrow. I'm guessing you're testing us to see if we're truly fit to be Jonins, right? As Natty nerded her eyes at him. Figure you out that easy, said Naruto. I believe that Sasuke has been doing missions while he was out as well. And if he has been doing missions for the 4 years, I believe that we have completed enough. So you just want to see what we're fully capable of now. Well, you can simply ask 2 questions. And what's that, Natty asks? Kakashi, is Sasuke able to defeat you in a battle? As Kakashi looked up from his book. With the level that Sasuke is on right now, the both of us will sure have an interesting battle. But in the end, I think I will lose. Has he really gotten that stronger? Asked Natty. As Kakashi nodded. So Natty then turned her head as she saw Jiraiya whistling through the window. What's going on? She said. She looked back at Naruto. Come on, pervy, Naruto said. You don't have to be ashamed. What the hell are you talking about? Said Jiraiya. If you won't, I will, said Naruto. What's going on? Asked Natty. Well, he just doesn't want to tell you that I'm stronger than him now. I even beat him on a lot of occasions. Really? Said Kakashi, as he was surprised to hear that. He knew that Naruto's gotten incredibly stronger, but Jiraiya was one of the strongest men in Konoha right now. So if Naruto was able to defeat him, that means Naruto was indeed the strongest. Well then, I guess we really will have an interesting show tomorrow. But where were you so long, brat? Asked Natty. It took you later to get here than Sasuke, and you were the one that called off the 3-year thing, going to 4 years. What did he owe you? She said, looking at Naruto. Oh, you see, I kind of won a bet a long time ago with Purvis Age. So yeah, he owed me for something. And I kind of used it for him to get me some extra training. Extra training? What do you mean by that? You will see tomorrow, said Naruto. Don't want to spoil the surprise. As Natty eyebrow twitched, but Naruto reached in his pouch and he threw something towards her as she caught it. It was a scroll. What's this? Oh, I saw something, I thought that you would like it. Before he reached in his pouch again as he flipped a book towards Kakashi, who caught it and closed his old book. Wait. This is... yeah, the first copy. Not even published yet, said Naruto. Kakashi's eyes went wide. What time tomorrow is the fight, Hokage-sama? He asked. At 7, said Natty. Alright then. I'll be taking my leave now, he said, as he looked back over at Naruto. Thank you, he said, giving Naruto a gracious eye smile, before going off. Damn pervert, said Natty. He just wants to go and read that book of his. It is because my book is a work of art, said Jiraiya. Work of art, my ass, said Natty, as she unsealed the scroll, before her eyes went wide. Naruto, she said, as she saw 10 bottles of Mount Miyaboku for your sake. But if this, then that means... As she looked towards Jiraiya, who nodded. Natty was utterly surprised. Well, I guess we'll have the fight tomorrow. You guys can go now. As she smiled the bottle of 6. Huh. Now who's the hypocrite, said Naruto, calling him out for being a pervert, but not saying anything for being a drunk. Naruto had to dot the paperweight that came towards his head. See you, Bachan, he said, as he headed off, as Sasuke left the room as well. So, Jiraiya, said Natty, as she got serious, have you got any movements on them? You could have brought it up while we were talking there. Naruto is fully aware of what is going on. Ever since your alliance with the Hidden Cloud, We have been sharing information back and front. What? Said Snavi. Well, sorry I didn't tell you about that. But it was just a spur of the moment thing. As he pulled out a scroll, this is everything that we have gotten so far about all the sightings. And they're on the move once again. So, we should be ready for anything. Do you think the brat can handle himself now? Well, you heard him, right? He was able to take me down in a battle. And, up to this point, I've not even seen him go all out. What? Said Snavi. Well, when we were fighting, he did not use the fox power. And from what we saw 4 years ago, he can use up to 4 tails when he faced off against Orochimaru. And he has been meditating a lot. And when I asked him what it's about, he told me that he's making contact with the fox. And he always said that it's a secret. I have not seen what he's fully capable of yet. Judging from these 8 bottles, I can tell that you brought him up there. So he did it, didn't he? Yeah, said Jiraiya. He even found a way to make it even more better than mine. What? Yes. Me and the Elder Toads were quite surprised he took to it. Like it was just a second nature to him. It was quite strange. But the kid has always been special after all. So there's no telling what he can actually do. Well then, I guess we'll see a glimpse of it tomorrow, said Snavi. Meanwhile, outside the office, have you heard anything about him? Sasuke asks. Actually, yes. We've been trading information with the Hidden Cloud. And there's been sightings of him and Kisame going around. Once the time is ready, we will be going after them. I'll take Kisame and leave him to you. That is what you want, after all, isn't it? Yes, of course. As Naruto noticed, Sasuke hesitated. What's wrong, Sasuke? Naruto asks. I want answers as well. Answers? Yes. As you were saying, why? Why did he spare my life on that night? I want to know. Before I end his, I will ask him why did he spare mine? I need to know everything, Sasuke said. It doesn't matter what happens, Sasuke. I need you to remember that people like me, Sakura, Kakashi, and the rest of the rookies, we will always be here. I know it's gonna be hard after you're gonna do what you're gonna do, but do not give in. As Sasuke turned towards him, don't you think this is past? Do you really think that I would desert the village right now? He asks. Are doing things stupid? And why are you talking like that? Like you know something that I don't. Oh, it's not that. Being on this training trip has shown me many things. How dark and twisted this world really is. And I'd rather have you as a friend, Sasuke, than an enemy. Sasuke chuckled at that. What's so funny, said Naruto. Seems you're scared of me. You'd rather have me as a friend. As Naruto chuckled back. Well then, I'll see you tomorrow, Sasuke says. He started to walk off. As Naruto nodded. Oh, I'm not scared, Sasuke, Naruto thought. I just don't want to kill you. Because this time, it will be different. Yes, it will, Naruto said. As Naruto kept on walking until he came to a stop, as a smirk came on his face. Shizune was currently going through some file. As she was currently going through her file cabinet, searching for some papers, until she felt something behind her. But before she could move, 2 hands wrapped around her midsection, bringing her into a warm embrace. The feeling felt so calm and nice. She didn't want to move, even though not knowing who was behind her. Before she felt the head rest on her shoulder. It could only be one person. You know, I really missed you while I was gone, said Naruto. As he broke the hold on Shizune as she turned around. Naruto-kun, she said. It has been a while. So how have things been, Naruto said. I assume that you adjusted the deals a long time ago. Returning after all your long time with Snappy. Yes, everything is going well, she said. But it has been a bit boring since you weren't here. Yeah, I could figure that, said Naruto. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, because I'm back. And I'm not going anywhere. As Naruto didn't chuckle. What's so funny, she asks. Well, the thing is, back then when we meet, I was just a little kid. But even then I could tell that you were just amazing, beautiful woman. Seeing you now and having the kind of mind that I do, none of that has changed. You are still the amazing, beautiful woman I met back then. And I couldn't wait to come back and see your face. As Naruto sat down on top of the decks before pulling her close. Naruto-kun, she said, as she blushed. Shizune has never really thought about it. But yes, she did miss him. He was always so nice and so charming. And not to mention so handsome. And he has got even more handsome. Up to this point, no one has seen what Naruto completely looked like under his cloak. Because he was still wearing that black cloak over him to shield his body from anything. But when he hugged her a moment ago, she could feel it. Muscles, they were lined up all over his body. He seemed to be in a perfect physique. Now that I'm back, I would like to get to know you better, Shizune, he said. What makes you tick? To know all about you, Shizune. She was surprised, the reason being, well, she wasn't really in the fray. She was just known as Naruto's assistant. But now, hearing him say that, really, she said. Of course, he says. He pulled her even closer, making her cheeks turn really red. So what do you say, said Naruto. I would like that, she said. Wonderful, said Naruto. Right now I'll be exploring the village. It has been 4 years since I've been gone. I hope you will be there tomorrow, cheering me on in my battle. Of course I will, she said. Why don't you give me a kiss on the cheek for good luck, he asked. She looked around for a second. Sure, she said, before leaning forward. But at the last second he turned his face. Shizune was surprised when she felt her lips meet other lips. But she didn't pull away, because the kiss felt so passionate, even though it didn't last that long. As the both of them broke the kiss. I'll see you soon, gorgeous, said Naruto as he headed off. As Naruto went, walking around the village, everywhere, people were just looking at him, from all over, as most of them saw what happened in the sky today. Most of them already know him by the code name, the Yellow Blur, and hear about all the achievements that he has done so far. But Naruto knew that this was just a start. There was a lot of things to be done. Not to mention, now back, he's a clan head now. And also, he has to stop the Akatsuki from achieving the other tail beasts. He knows they will be going after Gaara very soon, but he already has a plan for that. And Deidara and Sasori will be dead before they even try anything. As Naruto flashed away, when the sun shone as he appeared on top of the Hokage's monument, looking over the village. This will not be the same as last time. He will not watch his friends die. He will protect them all. There's a lot of people, but he is trained for that exact reason. He has gotten strong for that exact reason, to protect them all and watch over all of them. And not to mention, little Kushina. She has her entire future ahead of her, and he will not let anyone mess with that. Time skip. You know, for a guy that can teleport anywhere in an instant, he's sure extremely late, said Kiba. Right now the entire group was gathered at the barbecue shack. All of them were there, waiting on Naruto. Even Sasuke has arrived early. Sakura, Team 8, Team 10, Guy's team, all of them were there. But yet Naruto was nowhere to be seen. I'm sure he will be here soon, Kiba-kun, said Hinata. As Kiba turned towards her as he smiled. Yeah, he said. So Sasuke, Ino said. How was life on the road? Anything exciting happen? Met anyone new? Yes, quite a lot of people in fact, said Sasuke, on numerous missions. I bet you saved a lot of beautiful girls out there, and they were very thankful towards you, said Kiba, with a smirk on his face. Like, really thankful, he said. Get it? He asked. Everyone understand what you mean, Kiba. We're not idiots, said Ino. Well, we never know with Sasuke. He might just be out there brooding all the time, and might didn't even do anything at all. And what have you done, dog boy? Asked Sasuke. Huh, I guess that was a touchy subject. It seems like you have done something, said Kiba. So come on, we're all friends. Tell us, he said. As Sasuke then looked at Hinata, before looking back at Kiba. Are the both of you dating, he asked. Hinata blushed, as Kiba looked at Sasuke. With a blush on his face, why do you say that, he asked. Well, he's probably talking about every time you look at Hinata. You have a blush on your face, and every time she looks at you, she has a blush on her face as well, and the both of you are smiling at each other a lot often than before. As everyone turned, Naruto-kun, said Inu and Tenten. Hey there guys, Naruto said as he stepped forward. What took you so long, said Sakura. Naruto-kun, said Lee as he stepped forward. It's been quite 4 youthful years. I can just look at you and tell that you have improved over the past 4 years. I can't wait to test your flames of youth. Well, I really want to see how strong you have gotten as well, Lee. But that will have to wait for some other time. Tonight we're going to celebrate, Naruto said, of the both of us returning and have some fun. As Naruto stepped forward, as he sat down between Sasuke and Hinata. As he looked towards Hinata with a smile. I'm glad to see that you're happy, he said. Thank you, Naruto-kun, she said. As Hinata remembered, it was 4 years ago. She tried to confess to him about having feelings for him. She was utterly shocked when he told her he didn't feel the same way. He saw her as a friend even though they didn't really talk that much. He saw her as a kind, gentle friend. Something of a younger sister, if he could put it in words. That is just the way that he saw her. It was 2 days before he left on his training trip. She was utterly crushed. But he spent the entire day talking with her and told her that they could be friends. It took some time, but she got over the crush that she had on him, making her eyes become fully aware of everything around her. As she realized the same way she used to act around Naruto, Kiba acted that way around her, but not, well, to her extent. When she asked him about it, he started to blush like crazy. She didn't know when it happened, but the both of them started to talk even more, spending long nights together after a mission, and even while they were on missions out of the village. It was just like a bonding moment for the both of them. And that wonderful night, flashback, both Hinata and Kiba were sitting on in a tree, as Shino was scouting the air with his bugs, as he was off to the distance. They were currently returning back from a mission, as he has dealt with some bandits' camp, and a few were up ahead, but it was current nighttime and they were resting. The both of them were just lying there, looking up at the stars. It was a quite comfortable position, seeing that Shino was already out scouting the entire area, and they knew that they were safe. They trusted their comrade. Hinata. Yes, Kiba-kun, she said. What is it, she said. I like you. She turned towards him. I know you probably figured that out a long time ago, given the way that I act around you. You even asked me once and I didn't really know what to say back then, but I do. But I always knew that you had feelings for Naruto, so I didn't try anything because I didn't want to stop anything of true love if you really loved him. But now that I've seen that things have changed, I don't know what it was, but the way you speak about him now is not in that lovely manner anymore. It's more like someone as your close friend. So I figured I would take a shot. I don't really know what to... Kiba-kun. Yes? I don't know when it happened, but I was scared to tell you as well. Recently we have been going on all kind of these missions, staying out late and even talking. You have been there, and very close to me, through everything. Looking at you now, I feel the same rush of emotions that I used to feel when I look at Naruto. But just because we're a teammate, I didn't want to do anything knowing that you might not feel the same way. After a year ago when I asked you if you liked me, and you didn't answer. Well, I just got too nervous, and I didn't really know what to say back then. I thought I missed my chance. Well, you didn't, she said. And yeah, I like you too. Kiba's eyes went wide as he gulped. Well, what now, he asked. She turned towards him as she giggled. What's so funny? Well, you're always brash and always loud, but now you're acting really nervous. Like me, she said. Well, I suppose you're right. I guess I shouldn't act that nervous around you, huh? Besides, we've known each other for a long time now, and it wouldn't be such of a stretch for me to... He leaned forward and kissed her. Hinata was caught off guard at first, but then she started to enjoy the kiss as she kissed him back. Before the both of them broke the kiss. That was... amazing, said Kiba. I think so as well, she said, with a bright smile on her face. End of the flashback. Hinata smiled. If it wasn't for Naruto back then she wouldn't be with Kiba now. As she looked over at him as he was talking with Shikamaru, suddenly, someone came and placed down 4 bottles of sake on the table, with a lot of saucers for all of them. Ah, so it's finally here, said Naruto. Naruto, what's this? Sakura said. You know we're not at a proper age to drink, right? Come on, Sakura, Naruto said, loosen up. Even Sasuke's gonna take a drink. Really, Sasuke-kun? Asked Sakura. As Naruto pulled one of the bottles, before pouring some, as he downed it off the saucer in one go, before placing it back down on the table. Whoa, he said. So, who wants some? Me, said Ino. I mean, we are celebrating, right, Naruto-kun, she said. Of course we are. Pour me one, said Tenten. Now that's the spirit, said Naruto, as he started to pour sake. As he looked over at Neji. What about you, he said. I guess I will partake in this endeavor. Now that's more like it. Kiba? Well. Yeah, he said, pour me one too. He then looked at Hinata. I guess I can try it, she said. As he looked at Shikamaru. It's a drag, but okay, he said. So Sakura, the majority of us are going to drink it now. Are you really going to turn it down? I guess I could try it, she said. As Naruto started to pour the sake at Sasuke, down it. He shivered a bit as he felt it going down his throat. But it was kind of nice. As everyone else started to drink, even Sakura. As her face cringed up a bit though. It was bitter. As everyone started to partake and chat, until someone grabbed one of the bottles. No, Lee, wait, said Tenten. As Lee put the bottle at his mouth, Naruto blinked as he heard that. There was a seal on him so he could intake in the festivities. He was already a bit tipsy, as he knew about Lee in the past life. Could it be the same here? Lee then started to twitch a bit before his body went limp. Before he got back up, as everything then went chaotic after that. Time skip, the next morning. Naruto felt his head throbbing. Kurama, what happened? He said. Well, you did it again, brat. Another long night. Another long bender. But this time, you did some crazy shit. Really? Said Naruto. Like what? Look around and you will see. His vision was still a bit foggy as he tried to look around as he rubbed his eyes. He extended one of his hands until it landed on something. It felt small and round, but it also felt soft as he squeezed it. Before he turned his head, as he heard a groaning sound, Sakura slowly opened her eyes. Before looking down, before she looked back up at Naruto. Naruto removed his hand in a rather slow motion. Before you flip out, he said. I don't know what happened last night, but if the both of us are lying here, then that could only mean he then heard another groaning sound as Sakura turned before blowing a castic. As she then noticed who was on the ground, shirtless. Sasuke-kun, she said. What? Said Naruto as he got out of bed. He was about to place his foot on the ground, but he felt it land on something soft, so he had to move it. As he heard another groan. Looking down, he saw Ino? Naruto-kun, she said. She rubbed her eyes. Wait, Naruto-kun? Why are you in my bedroom? She asked. Your bedroom? As she then looked around. Wait, this is not my room. Where am I? What happened last night? Said the voice. As the group looked over to see Tenten as she was lying, downright at the doorway. As Naruto picked himself out of bed, he looked down. He was still wearing his pants, but he wasn't wearing a shirt. Both Ino and Tenten were surprised. They hadn't seen him shirtless like this before. Even Sakura was shocked. Sasuke had a good physique, but Naruto, his body was on a, well, more mature level. And his hair was running down his face, going down into his back, making him look even more handsome. But Sakura shook her head as she looked back down at Sasuke. As Sasuke picked himself up. What the hell happened last night? He asked. I guess we all had too much to drink. I guess I remember a few things, said Tenten. It all started when Lee lost his shit. Oh yeah, everyone said. That was really messed up. As they didn't remember, in their drunken haze, they went all around the village causing all kind of mayhem, as people were cursed and chasing after them because they were doing all sorts of pranks. Judged up by Naruto, even Sasuke was a part of it. Well, when he was drunk, he was a lot more fun. And then we came back here. Where exactly are we? This is my house, said Sasuke. Oh yeah, said Ino. We came back here and then... Ino then blushed red. What? Said Sakura. Don't you remember? As Sakura had to really think before her face turned red as well. Flashback. So what are we gonna do, said Naruto, as he was still in his drunken haze. The Kyuubi was currently in the mindscape watching every single thing, as it was fun to see his container drunk like this, and watch what he does in his drunken state, so he could tell him about it tomorrow and laugh with him. Well, laugh at him. I know, said Sakura. I've wanted to do this for a very long time now, and now that we're all buzz, I think Sasuke wouldn't mind. Wouldn't mind what, Sasuke asks. This. She grabbed his face before laying a kiss on his lips, before breaking it. That was amazing as I thought, she said. How was it for you, Sasuke? Well, it was wet. Really wet, Sasuke said, but amazing. My turn, said Ino, before she jumped forward and crashed right into Naruto, as she kissed him. Hey! As Ino was kicked right off of Naruto by Tenten, before Tenten came over and kissed him as well. Hey, you girls can share, said Naruto. You don't have to be that angry and fight each other. Share? Said Ino, as she looked at Tenten. How about it then? Why don't we share? The both of them then felt something grab the back of their neck rather gently, before pushing their head towards each other. In their drunken haze, they went along with it, as Naruto had a smile on his face as the two girls kissed right in front of him. Now that's what I'm talking about, said Sasuke, before Sakura tackled him to the ground and started kissing him again. The two girls break apart. Well, that was new, said Ino. And it wasn't that bad, said Tenten. Hey, what do you mean by that, said Ino. What do you mean wasn't that bad? Are you saying that I'm not a good kisser? I didn't say that, but she couldn't get to finish her sentence as Naruto grabbed her and started to kiss her as well. Hey, me too, as Ino came to the kiss as well, making that three-way kiss, while Sakura was currently making out with Sasuke over on the other side of the bed. Naruto couldn't remember anything more because it was just a drunken haze, but they didn't really go any further than kissing, as they all eventually passed out. End of a flashback. As Tenten's face was incredibly red. I guess we got a bit too drunk. Well, we weren't at fault, said Ino. It was our drunken self at fault. And besides, who here didn't like what happened last night? Sakura? Sakura blushed insanely red, as she didn't turn to look at Sasuke. Well, I didn't mind, she said, as she waited to hear Sasuke was going to say anything. I didn't mind either, he said, as she turned towards him. Really? And I know that Naruto didn't mind, said Ino. Of course I did, Naruto said. Wait, what? Said Tenten. Yeah, you guys only meet out once. Can you do it again so I can see it? Once more. Both girls looked at each other. No, the both of them said. You guys hesitated. Does that mean there's a chance? No, the both of them said. Sasuke picked himself up. Nope, today's the day. The Hokage is gonna be quite pissed when she finds out that we're late. I'm gonna take a shower. I suggest you do the same and get yourself ready, so we can have this battle of ours. Yeah, said Naruto. Sakura, why don't you join him? What? Sakura said. Sasuke couldn't take a shower. He wouldn't want me to... But before she could answer, Sasuke already entered the bathroom. As she sighed. If he wanted, she would have gone along with him, but... I guess next time, she thought to herself. Well, at least he didn't hate what happened last night, and that made her extremely happy. As Naruto got up, as he was still a bit woozy on his feet, he tripped and he was about to fall, but he vanished in a flash. Did he do it on purpose? Asked Ino. I have no idea, said Tenten, still holding her head. I need to get rid of this headache, she said. She got up. Sakura, you coming? Said Ino. Are you gonna stay here and wait till Sasuke gets out of the shower? Completely naked. What are you talking about? Said Sakura. Before looking towards the door, she heard the water. Well, that would be nice, she thought to herself. But it's not the right time. Time skip. The arena was used for tuning exams. As people were sitting down, somehow the news managed to spread across Konoha about the battle that was going to take place. And people were interested to see how the Golden Blur and their last Uchiha would do against each other. Tsunade never expected to see such a crowd, but it seems like someone overheard about the fight, and now everyone is here to witness the fight, as she has gotten, well, questioned last night, before she headed off out of the office. As there was a lot of people there waiting on her to get the information, And she figure, well, what could be the problem? The ninjas just want to see how their ninjas has gotten along, and the civilians want to see the people who are protecting them how strong they are gotten. So she really didn't see the problem, but the brats were not here. She then noticed some of his friends came along. When questioning them, she found out that they all had a bit too much drink last night, and they all seem a bit shaken a bit. Huh. Little kids don't know how to handle their liquor, she said. Huh, you talk like you're much better. What was that, she said. She turned towards Jiraiya. Oh, nothing, he said. I'm sure Naruto-kun will be here soon along with Sasuke, said Shizune. Back in the crowd, Mom, where's Big Brother? I didn't see him come home last night. I know he's not here. You said that he would be here. But I thought that he would send you jail. But I guess he's running a bit late. You see, they kind of had a celebration last night, so they didn't go to bed until late. So they woke up late. So right now they're tired and they have to get more rest before coming here. So now do you understand why you have to go to bed at a certain time? I guess so, said Kushina. So when do you think you will be here? I don't know, but I guess soon. We'll just have to hold on. Meanwhile, at the compound as Naruto appeared in a flash. He appeared on his bed. He left his swords home, so he simply flashed towards them. Getting that sealing tag off him, Kurama Yokai started to pump through his system, making his body flush out all of this. As he shook it off before stepping into the shower, he has a good guess on how strong Itachi is. So if he could see how strong Sasuke is now, he would know that Sasuke have a fighting chance. Well, he knew that Sasuke has something up his sleeve, something that he was hiding, and something that Naruto was excited to see. As Naruto went to have a shower, knowing that Tsunade would be pissed at him, he didn't take too long because he didn't want to be too late. Until he heard footsteps as he exited the shower and wrapped a towel around his waist. I was wondering where you were at, said Naruto. I came home last night and didn't see you. But Anko was not paying attention because she was looking at his body. As she wondered what the hell happened to him in 4 years for him to look like this. He looked like some kind of a Greek god. Already staring, said Naruto. What are you talking about? She said. She snapped her head up. Well, I did tell you something that when I came back, you won't be able to take your hands off me. As Naruto then stepped forward. You see, Uncle, I've been thinking about this exact moment. I guess you have been as well. Uncle scoffed. You really think that highly of yourself, she said. What makes you think that? She couldn't get to finish her sentence, as Naruto accidentally let the towel drop. It was then that she saw it. Saw everything. She stood there completely speechless. Did he had a third leg or something? She thought to herself. As Naruto looked down, oh, my towel fall, he said, before slowly picking it up and wrapping it around his waist, snapping Uncle back in the real world. Well, Uncle, I guess you were able to keep your hands off me. Seems like you're more composed than I thought. Or perhaps you were so shocked you didn't react fast enough. As he stepped forward. So what do you say we give it another try? Uncle looked him up and down, as a smirk came to her face. You seem to have grown over the past 4 years, more places than one. But don't be too cocky, brat. As you can see, I am perfectly able of controlling myself. Is that so? Said Naruto as he took her hand. He then started to trail his hand up and down it, making Uncle felt tiny shivers went through her. What the hell are you doing? She said. Oh, nothing, said Naruto. Just testing a theory. So what do you say when I return? Me and you have some fun. I mean, it's a long time since I've been gone. And I did make you a promise. You misunderstood me back then, thinking I was a little kid and I couldn't handle you. Well, now I'm a fully grown man. As he stepped even closer, their lips were inches away from each other. So by the time I return, I guess we can have some fun. Where are you going? She asked. It seems you're forgotten. I'm supposed to be having my match with Sasuke today. Oh, yeah, she said. So what do you say when I return we have some fun? Who cares? She said. As Naruto simply chuckled. What's so funny? She asked. Oh, nothing. You're just getting really flustered. Something that you don't usually do. Because you always think that you're in charge. Because you're great at seducing man. But it seems like I won this round. See you later, he says. He walked past her. The moment he walked past her, her knees buckled, as he almost got her there. But she stood her grounds. She was going to win this little game of theirs. Naruto got dressed as he headed off. Sasuke arrived at the arena before Naruto did. As he looked around, Sasuke was surprised to see so many people here, as he didn't expect this. Back up in his stance, you will just have to give him some more time, Hiba-kun, said Hinata. What are you two talking about, said Ino. Well, it's my dad. Yeah, he kinda doesn't like me, said Hiba. Really? I wonder why not. Hey, what's that supposed to mean, he said looking at Ino. I didn't say anything at all, said Ino. I was just wondering. By the way, Ino, where did you and the others went last night? After all the fiasco, and you guys tried to hold down Lee, you guys just went off. Well, we kinda took the party somewhere else. You continued the party even after we guys left you? Yeah, said Ino. But it ended soon after, so you guys have nothing to worry about. So where's Naruto-kun? Said Hinata. I mean, Sasuke's already here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. For a guy that can teleport anywhere, he's always late. Yeah, you're right about that, said Sakura. She came to sit down. Back up in the Kage's booth. The brat is late once again, said Snappy, and the Uchiha is already here. I wonder what he's doing. He's probably fooling around somewhere. What do you mean by that, Lord Jiraiya? Asked Shizune. Oh, I mean, you know how stupid the brat is, said Jiraiya, playing it off like he said nothing a minute ago. Don't tell me that the brat has this one as well. As tears came to Jiraiya's eyes. What's wrong with you? Asked Natty. Nothing. I'm just so proud. Proud? Of what? Being a pervert? Asked Natty. More than that, he said. He has just surpassed me in so many ways. Are you talking about Naruto? Yes. So many ways. Hey there, Sasuke. Sorry I'm late to the voice. As the group turned to see Naruto appear in the sunshine. This time he didn't have his coat on. Most of the girls that were there, civilian girls, were surprised. Because he was wearing a tight muscle shirt with black pants and black boots. And they could see all aspect of his body printed onto the shirt. Snatty didn't turn her head. I guess they're here as well. Seems they didn't want to miss this. What are you? As Jiraiya turned as well to see. All of the clan heads, all of them had arrived. As Naruto looked up before vanishing as he appeared, up towards the seats. Sorry I didn't came home last night, he said. I kind of overdid it. I know you did, said Yujiro. But as long as you're alright. Big brother, said Kushina, what happened? Oh, you see, we kinda had a little party. And it went on for too late, so we woke up late. Oh yeah, that is what mom told me that happened. So does that mean I have to go to bed when I need to? Yeah, you should listen to your mom. You know, she's always right. Yeah, I know that. She's the best mom in the world after all. As Yujiro smiled hearing that, Anko didn't appear in the sunshine. As she looked at Naruto, as he winked at her, making her blush a bit, but she shook it off as she sat down. Don't go and disappoint us and lose, brat, she said. Come on, do you really think I'll lose, Naruto asked. Big brother will never lose, said Kushina. I believe he's a lot stronger than that Uchiha down there. Aren't you, big brother? Well, you'll just have to see. But I bet I'll win when you cheer me on, said Naruto. Alright then, I'll do my best. It seems like everyone is turned out for this, said Yujiro. She turned her head to see the other clan heads. Alright guys, I have to go now, said Naruto. Alright, do your best, the three of them said. As Naruto went up, but he didn't went back down to the stadium. Hey old man, said Naruto. Ah, Naruto my boy, said Sarutobi. I'm glad to see you have finally returned. Sorry I didn't come to visit you sooner, said Naruto. It's quite okay, Sarutobi said. I believe your training was a success. And you're ready to take on all the threats that come your way now. Well, you can say that, said Naruto. Well then, let's see what you're capable of today. As Naruto nodded before turning his head. So I guess you all came out here to see. What, I've been known over the past 4 years. Well, indeed we did, said Tasumi. We heard about your little special event, and we want to see how strong you have gotten. After all, you are going to be a member of the council now. Right about that, said Naruto. Well, I promise, I won't disappoint. You're already speaking so confidently, said Inoichi. What about the Uchiha? Hasn't he got strong as well? Well, I don't doubt that. But I've gotten stronger as well, said Naruto. I'll guess I have to just show you guys. As he looked at the other members, before he just jumped off. Naruto landed in the ring. Snazzy cleared her throat. Alright everyone, she said. I see that many of you have turned out here. This is the information has spread far and wide. For many of you to see what our two most promising shinobis who have returned from their long 4-year training trip are capable of now. I give you Sasuke Uchiha. Cheers and clap could be heard. Versus Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, she said. As the claps and cheers could be heard once more. The respect, all of it that Naruto has gotten over the years, because of all that he has done protecting the village, also going out and doing more dangerous missions, risking his life to protect the people and save them. And now they knew that they had another legend in their midst, the Golden Blur, and they're going to finally see today what he's truly capable of. So everyone was ready. Snazzy waved her hand as Hayate flashed down there. We didn't have much time to talk last night, said Naruto, but I want to talk to you about something. And I want Uncle, Yujiro and Kushina to be there as well. Something important, Hayate asked. Yeah, kind of, said Naruto. I'll get it together, Hayate said. Now the both of you. Everyone is here today because they want to see what the both of you has trained for the last 4 years and see what you're capable of. So, just don't go too overboard and end up destroying the place. I don't really know much of your strength, Uchiha, but you, Naruto, those destructive techniques of yours, don't go all willy-nilly. He won't be able to, Sasuke said after I defeat him. Big talk, said Naruto. Are the both of you ready, asked Hayate. Of course, Sasuke said. Ready as I'll ever be, said Naruto. As Hayate looked at the both of them before looking back at the Hokage. Alright everyone, the match is about to begin. Let's see what our most two promising shinobis are capable of now, she said, as she sat back down, giving Hayate the signal to start the match. Begin, Hayate says he jumped away. Meanwhile, at the outskirts of the hidden sand, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it, said a voice. Can you please shut the hell up, said another voice. Huh, I guess you're not boiling inside that thing as I thought. Because if you would, we would be hurrying up. Why are we even moving so slow anyways? We want to get there by nightfall, not so early, so we will be easily detected. You should know this. Are you that stupid? Asked Sasori, as he looked over at his partner Deidara, as the two Akatsuki members were shouting towards it in the sand. Why did they even create a place like this? This heat is just unbearable. How does people here live a comfortable life? Well, they do. They're used to the environment, and they're not whining like you. So can you please just shut the hell up? You're one to talk. I don't know what your position is inside that thing. You might even have a cooling system inside, so you won't be affected by the heat out here. That's kind of dumb, said Deidara. It will be a lot more heavy. Do we really have to strike at night? I mean, I know it's the entire village, but the one tail is supposed to be the weakest out of all of them. Yes, it is. But it's not that we're worried about. We're worried about the Jinchuriki. What he can do with his sand. If not caught properly off guard, he will see you coming. And then how will you break through his defense? He has the entire sand at his disposal to crush you in his midst. Suppose you're right about that. But still, I'll handle it by the time we get there though. It should be rather easy. I'll show you that nothing can compare to my art. You mean that bullcrap that you call art? What? You heard me. That is not art. Art is everlasting and eternal. Like your stupid little puppets. My puppets are true art. Coming from a man that don't even know what art is. Meanwhile, at the hidden zone, Orochimaru was standing on a platform looking down. 4 years he has drilled these four. So, when the time comes they will be ready. As he looked down at the 4 figures that were surrounded by monsters from all different sides, all of his failed experiments, the ones that went crazy, surrounding the Zone 4. All of them had improved over the past 4 years. He had been forced to take another host because Sasuke was not in his possession. But that was 3 years ago. It is only a couple more months left before he's needed to take another host. He could feel it, the perfect opportunity is coming up soon. And he will finally do two things. Get rid of the yellow blur that has been terrorizing his bases over the past 4 years and hunting him down. And the next, he will finally take over Sasuke's body and become what he's truly meant to be. An immortal god that will learn every single jutsu in this world. And no one, nothing will be able to stop him. But guys, be in this episode right here. For the next part, if you already know, do like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But more for now, see you guys soon. Peace.